Hey guys, Jay here, and today in this video I'm going to show you how I made Red's hat from Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Alright, so here's all of the materials you're going to need and everything to get this done, basically. So, we're going to start out with, you do need the white hat, and I have done everything already, mostly because the tape is really loud and I didn't want to do that with the microphone on and everything, so I already did that, but I will explain how to do it. So basically, let me just tell you first, you need the white hat, which I got at Joann's. You can get these sponge brushes at Joann's too. I got these ones from my mom, but she uses mine, so she bought a whole bunch more, so I took one. So you can get these at Lowe's in bigger packages that have multiple sizes. This size just happens to fit in the thing that I'm going to put the paint in, so it just happens to work. Then this is literally just a package for batteries, and I'm going to just put the paint in there. This is my paint holder. So I don't have anything else to put the paint in right now. I didn't want dirty dishes to do it, and this is garbage. So I thought I might as well just use it. Why not? I like to recycle when I do my cosplays, so recycling this to be something else instead of just throwing it away is a lot more, it's just better, and it's something I like to do. You don't have to, that's all up to you. Just find something to put your paint in. And also with the brushes, the reason I'm using a sponge brush is because it does apply better. The regular brushes like to clump together and just spread like big chunks everywhere, and it looks pretty bad, so I don't know. And then this is the paint that I'm using. It's Tulip brand paint, and I just got this at Joann's. So, and then you're going to need a pen and a razor or scissors. A razor will probably work better, a blade of some kind, and masking tape. So I have two pieces pulled off this masking tape to show you how I did the symbol here that goes across the hat. You can see it on the little picture down there. Down there, that picture, you can see the little white Pokemon symbol. It's how to do that, basically. And what I did was I took two pieces, overlapped them a little bit, so there's about, I don't know if you can see that, there's that much overlap. Yeah, you can actually see the darkness of it. Okay, basically what you're going to do is you're just going to draw the symbol on there and cut it out. Yeah, I'm not going to make it look nice for this because it's already done. You know how, if you know how to draw an arch, just draw it. You can actually figure out, like you can do a print off of one or something. They have many templates on Google. You can just get one, it's not hard. Or you can take something that's like a circle and then trace half of it and then trace the inner half of it. I mean, that's really all there is to it. But I'm going to put all this stuff down now. But the whole point of this is when you have it on a surface like that, it's a good idea to cut it out rather than pick it all up and try to do it with scissors, because this way it'll be more clean. You won't accidentally unstick the tape apart, things like that. It's just a lot cleaner. So if you can do it on like a cutting board or something where you can use this knife or a knife, whatever, that's a good idea. Alright, so I'm going to explain one more thing, even though I put that stuff down. You'll notice that, I don't know if you can notice actually, it's a little hard to tell, but I've covered this in tape for the most part. The important part is down here where the brim meets the hat. You don't want the paint going on this part of it at all, so I masked all of that off too with a bunch of tape. So pretty much now when we do it, we're gonna cover as much as possible, and then we're gonna also cover over this tape. But then when we're done and we lift off that tape, what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a white area here, which is that white part on his hat. And this is the best way I could think of doing it without having to make another piece that goes over it. I might do that in the future, but I don't care that much. So anyway, we're going to do the paint in here, dip, and go around, and that's pretty much the whole thing. So we're going to speed this up so you can see it in time lapse, so you're not wasting time. Alright, so I've decided to just inform you guys right now that I'm going to do this all off camera because this is actually taking a little longer than I wanted it to, which isn't a bad thing. That just means I'm going a little slower than I wanted to. But as you can see, the fabric paint is going on smoothly. It's not all clumpy and nasty. You do see brush strokes, but that's going to happen. But like here, I'll just tell you right now, like you see how there's that big glop there now? Oh, you guys probably can't see. Let me try this the hard way. Okay, now there's a giant glob there. Now if I used a regular brush, it would just move that giant glob around so that it was somewhere else. But using this paintbrush, using this brush here, it actually pushes it and smooths it out, rather than just moving the clump into another area so that it's just clumpy somewhere else. So that's basically the difference when using this and other types of brushes. So that's what I meant when I said that. And do be aware that it does bleed through to the bottom. I don't know, yeah, you can see that. It does bleed through to the bottom, so be very careful on how much you use on this thinner part. I probably shouldn't have used that much right there, but I can absorb it again with the rest of this brush. I can use like the side here to absorb some of that and move it somewhere else. So that's something you can also be just aware of and something to think about while you're doing it. And then getting in here is just a little difficult. So that's what the good point of this is, that it's a sponge. It moves. It's easy to get into little areas like that and just smooth it back out. So basically what I'm going to do now is just do a cut and then show you the end result when I'm done and after it dries. So we'll be right back with that. Alright, so now that we've got everything pretty much dry, it's mostly dry, but it's very shiny on camera, but that's mostly because literally right here, there's a LED lamp that's shining down on here. So you can actually see right there, that's the reflection of the lamp. So if I cover the lamp, yeah. So that's why. In person, even with the light shining on it in person, it does not look as bad as you probably will notice in the beginning. I am filming all this before the beginning because I have to have the finished product, obviously, for the beginning to even make sense at all. Anyway, so now what you're going to do is, this is very difficult, and make sure you do not either cut yourself or the hat or anything. So just in case, you'll notice these kind of hats come with this cardboard inside. I left it in there. The cardboard comes up to about here on the hat, and I need to cut down here. So I'm just going to cut very, very lightly around where the stuff needs to come off. That way it doesn't peel up any excess paint. So it's very hard to explain this kind of stuff, but when you do stuff like this with fabric paint, a lot of it will peel more than what you need. So you need to make sure to cut around. You guys will see in a minute. It's very, very hard to explain. But you're just going to very lightly cut around the design. Okay, so a way I just thought of that explains this is you're cutting the paint, basically. So you're cutting the shape out of the paint so that you don't, when you pull this off, you don't want this paint to come off. Alright, that should be more than enough. Oh, I'm still going to need this. Then you're just going to use this to get under the tape and peel off the tape very carefully. This is going to be a little tough right here. So as you can see, it kind of pulled a little odd. Oh, that's also because it didn't pull up all the tape. So, forgot we layered the tape. So, I gotta pull up on that second layer too. That kind of helps. Bam! And then you're gonna do the same for around the bill. Alright, and it's very hard to tell, but I did actually get paint on the bill right here, and you can actually kind of see a little dot there. What you're going to want to do is, if you have white acrylic paint or white fabric paint, I don't personally, but I also got some right here on the bill, but you really can't see it that well because of the light. But I did get some on there by accident, and you can get that off that way, or you might actually be able to use the razor to get some of that off, depending on how thick it is. This one kind of like is a little glob, so this one's actually coming up a little bit with the knife, so I could probably just scrape that one off. But this one is like some got on my finger and I accidentally touched right there and it kind of bled into it. So but yeah, anyway, that's basically how you do the hat. Oh, and this I kept white because I'm pretty sure in the game this is white, or whatever. It's not really the game version. It's the version that you see down here, and I'm pretty sure this part is white on his hat. If not, it just looked cool. I don't know. All the cosplay ones I saw had this white, so that kind of works. And then obviously this is adjustable to fit your head. If you want to wear it with a wig, you might want to have it a little bigger. If you want to wear it with your hair, make it so it fits your head. But yeah, that's how you do this. So we're gonna zoom out and go into, you know, a camera with me in it, and I'll be there in just a second. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope it was helpful to you guys. I know there are other ways to do this, as far as like making your own hat, or doing it backwards where you have a red hat, painting the white bill, and then making a white thing. But they didn't have a red hat at my local Joann's, and I just can't find one that's just a blank red hat. So this was my easier method to do it, and honestly, it does look a little bit shiny in the video here, but it's not that bad. It's mostly because my lights have a warm yellow to them instead of like a bright white, so they shine really bad against this yellow paint. But I don't remember if I said it in the tutorial, but I did leave the back white here. Yeah, you can see it better this way. The little strap thing, the adjustment strap, I left that white because I thought it just looked nicer. It looked too red in the back with it being red, so I figured it was a nice, just a little pop of white. But yeah, so that's it for this tutorial. If this helped you out, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe for more tutorials coming your way, and I'll see you guys later.